world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
It's homeward to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone.
That one's hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over. What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
The AAA returns to your screen. The XBL playoffs take a thrilling turn as we head into the Final Four. Our half of the bracket on feature tonight brings us two of the league's master crafters. On one side, we have the crafty and unorthodox veteran from Orlando, a strategist with a knack for keeping opponents on their toes as he aims to achieve ultimate glory. Facing him is the hitting maestro of XBL lore, a player whose 475 plus career average and 5 long ball awards make the legendary force at the plate on a quest for a 5th entry of his name on the XBL trophy. Prepare for a clash of brilliance and power as we witness the enigmatic and electric Shpludo and the Orlando Bob-Ombs duke it out with the Titan, Lazy, and his Tokyo Black Jackals. Welcome to the XBL semifinals.
Check. All right, we're good. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about the wrong logos and stuff. Dwayne threw me a little bit of a curveball before the stream. But regardless, we're actually here, as you saw in the preview timer, with Shpludo and Lazy in really a great series, and a series that some people, really most people, probably didn't expect to be evened up through 2. And Game 1 led to a really strong performance from the Bombas, and they were able to take Game 1 not just by a run or 2 either. It was by like 4 or 5 runs, I believe. The box scores haven't been posted, but I think Mist was in there with me that time. This time we've got No Hummus, the XBL aficionado who knows these players very well. How are you doing tonight, Hummus?
Doing good. Like you said earlier, it was like not necessarily an upset, but it was the way that Shpludo beat down Lazy in Game 1. Like we saw that first inning, Shpludo put up like 5-6 runs, and that's just, you kind of knew that was just setting the tone for the rest of the team. Shpludo had a strong finish to that game, getting a couple runs here and there, but Shpludo's just onslaught of runs, from Game 1 was just too much for him to handle. We're going to see here if he can, take back that success going into Game 3.
Right, and what a great way to bring us into that first point. Like we said, Game 1, was it a fluke or was it for real? We know Lazy is who he is. He's battling for the GOAT status. I mean, no matter how you want to slice it up with Alec and Lazy and Flash and Luke and all these players that have been so great, Fluribel, who I've heard a lot about, Lazy's going for what would, in my book, put him above the rest with no argument, is that 5th title, and he would have more titles than anyone else. I'm not sure how the long ballos and stuff stack up. I would bet he's in the lead for that because of longevity compared to some people like Alec and Fluribel. But is it a fluke for Shpludo to win Game 1 in a little bit of comfortable fashion? Even though 5 runs isn't necessarily comfortable against Lazy, it's comfortable against anyone else. And we're going to look as we get into Game 3 tonight. Is it just that first game? Is Lazy not warmed up in that first game? Or has Shpludo kind of found something, found a little niche that he can work in with his interesting play style and the way he's able to take advantage of his opportunities? Or is Lazy going to show that, hey, I'm still the best by a decent margin?
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting for us to figure out here. And our second point here, we talk about like stopping the rally. Look, we both know Pseudo and Lazy, they can score a lot of runs. We saw game one, game two, they both put up plenty of runs. Now the question is, can either of them on defense, stop those big innings from happening though? Can Pseudo lock it down and maybe keep Lazy to only scoring maybe one run, or maybe just giving up only a hit or two for multiple innings and allowing himself more time to get those runs? Same for Lazy. Can he pitch into that Bomba, that sort of the hit and run strategy, and just keep him from running like madmen out there?
Yeah, and we pointed out in our first keys for game one and two just the fact that the catcher arm for the Jackals is like 30 or something ridiculous.
30, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something you're not going to see really in any league, double A, triple A, XBL, and Pseudo's got that perfect sort of counter to it with so much speed, and we saw it come to fruition in game one, especially in game two, not so much because of the lack of base runners, but
Right.
he really was able to take extra bases, and I think for Pseudo, that's how you have to win because you're going to give up the long ball to Lazy. It's no doubt going to happen. And for Pseudo, he's not as much of a long ball threat. He's even said himself he's more of a 70% contact swinger type of guy, which has really proved very well for him. He's really came into the playoffs extremely hot. I have firsthand experience against him, and he was hitting just just to the levels that you would expect an XBL finals type of player to be at. And so that's why he finds himself here. So if you're Pseudo, you've got to take those extra bases when you can. And then like you said, stop the rally. You've got to limit as much as you can. It's a tall task, and anyone in the XBL knows it's a tall task, but you got to stop Lazy from scoring like 5+ in an inning. He's going to get one or two off the solo shot, off of the man on first 2-run shot, but when Lazy starts cooking, he starts filling the bases and he starts getting the bases active. And he's not necessarily active himself on running them, but he fills them up just so he can cash in a little bit more on those home run balls. And that's something he's very good at, is cashing in whenever runners are in scoring position. And then play your game. That goes hand in hand with what I just said about Pseudo. Just taking the bases when you can. Pseudo's a great fielder. He's got an interesting pitching style, but what it is, he's very excellent at it, and better than anyone else can be at it, especially with his accuracy. And then Lazy's got to play his game. He's got to go for the long ball. The problem with Lazy is that he doesn't necessarily have the strongest pitcher builds, and so he's gonna give up runs, and he's very accepting of that. He knows he's going to give up runs, but he's going to score more. But if you're Lazy, you cannot come out lackadaisical in game three here, because if you find yourself down 1-2 and the Bombers have a little bit of momentum, that's when you start, as Lazy, you start to see a little doubt creep into the mind, and that's how you take down a champion, a GOAT like Lazy is. And Pseudo's got to try to take game three here, I think, and then really build on that momentum and turn it into a 3-1 type of series if he has a chance.
Yeah, no, I think for Suda here, getting off to a strong start is like absolutely crucial if he wants to have any shot at being able to take a game or even two games here tonight. But yeah, you covered everything there with playing their game. Suda, we know he's gonna try to steal as much as he can. Lazy, he's just gonna get those leadoff singles like it's nothing. So I think if like whoever can play their game like to the best of like their ability, like whoever's gonna get like not like held back, I think that's who's gonna end up winning these games here tonight.
Yeah, good points, and you know these guys better than anybody. So we're gonna have Hummus on the color commentary tonight. He's gonna have a lot to say about just the ins and outs of how these guys play, the ins and outs of the XBL, and the ins and outs of the XBL playoffs, as he finds himself there pretty much every year. But we're in the semifinals. We've got the 1 versus the number 4 seed. What a great doubleheader we had tonight, because y'all have got Mish. We've got Mush and Wish following up in the primetime slot right after this, and we're going to see the finale of that one and see who makes it to the finals. Then we're going to come back later this week and show you who's going to face them out of this series. But first and foremost, we've got games 3 and 4. Y'all give me a minute to switch everything over. At the beginning, I think it's going to be black screen. Y'all just let me switch my screen capture, and then we'll get it right to you. So y'all stay locked in, stay tuned in. We've got game 3, Lazy versus Pseudo, on the way. All right, hello, everybody. We are here with Game 3 at Sakura Hills, home of the 1 seed Tokyo Black Jackals. Look at those stat bars. He's got 0 on the defense, 0 on the pin. But Lazy doesn't rely on that. He relies on the power. And what's most impressive about that to me is he doesn't even have max power on his build. He just hits it that well.
Yeah, you know, we talk about like his build. You know, he certainly has an interesting build here. It's not, honestly, it's not really something that works for anyone. I think this is a type of build that only works for him just because of how good he is on offense.
Yeah, we're seeing that no junk. We see a couple of missed bunts, but we've got no junk on the SP and only a 3-pitch arsenal. And 3 missed bunts on the first at-bat of the game. You're not going to see that maybe ever in a season. That's the first time I bet we've seen it. If anyone has done it, it's Pseudo, because we don't take bunters in the XBL. And now it bounced off the SP. He's able to get there with that speed, and we see the speed come to fruition in the second at-bat of the game.
You know, just looking at Lazy here, I'm already seeing him be a little different on the mound here. You know, because you know that bunter really did a lot to him Game 1. Now he's trying to just pitch the ball somewhere where he knows he can just pick it up with his catcher and just get that easy out to first.
And there's a good bloop over there. We've got, after the failed bunt ×3 on the first at-bat, we've got 2 on now with 1 out. Jose Ramirez of RBI Hero is engaged. We'll see how much he tries to stay on the inside. Change up, tough pitch to hit, but he does swing at it on the first pitch. It's going to line out to center field.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Now Juan Soto, another strong batter up.
Soto.
Swings again, aggressive start here from the...
Oh,
okay, I thought it might drop, but Jacko was able to get there. 2 hits from Pseudo off rip, but nothing more.
Number 28.
We see that familiar starting pitcher build, Charlie Morton on the mound. Gonna rely on that curveball. Barely foul.
you know, both of these players kind of have a similar pitching mentality when it comes to, you know, just building. Like, they both have, for all intents and purposes, clone pitchers. Pretty much for 1 through 4, all the same, with maybe some like very slight differences.
Right, and like you said, with that Lazy build, it's almost like you think if you would build a more interesting pitcher, a more difficult pitcher, he would win even more, as crazy as that sounds. Hang on a second, over the second baseman. It's going to find a gap despite the fielding, or I mean the speed out there in outfield, and it's going to be a double, and now no outs, 2 on for the Black Jackals.
Number 11.
But yeah, I was saying, if Lazy was to make his... Hang on, I can't talk. It's the right field. Is he going to send it home? Juan Soto fires it in. It's going to be a close play. Safe, though, and we see the lead broken in the bottom of the first. And this is one of those things you got to think about if you're the Bombas. Like, you got to try to take a lead early. Obviously, easier said than done, but first inning and you're already down 1, and you're more of a small ball type of team.
Number 39.
Yeah, no, I believe games 1 and 2, Pseudo was able to take that early lead. Now he's on the back foot, already trying to keep a Lazy rally from going here.
Right, good curveball up there, 2-2. Another curve, that one's going to drop into a double play. Bobby Witt Jr., and he gets it after just giving up 1 run. The curveball was actually hit pretty well into the gaps from Lazy there, but not a good enough one on that third swing. We'll see how much of this 3-pitch arsenal helps Pseudo out. I know sometimes 3-pitch arsenal can be really juicy to players, but other times, for players like me, I find myself guessing too much on a 3-pitch arsenal, just assuming like I got a 33% chance of getting that pitch right. I think Pseudo's probably a little more skilled than that. He's probably going to be watching.
Yeah, you know, like,
change-up hit center.
we talk about Pseudo's hitting style contact. He doesn't need to worry too much about which pitch is going to be coming across the plate, because with contact, he's going to have more time to react appropriately. But you know, look at Lazy here already doing the throw to first.
Yeah, Lazy's learned his lesson after games 1 and 2. Very aware of the base runner. Get the steal anyways, great speed, solid throw, doesn't matter. 30, pretty much anytime Pseudo tries to take a base, he's gonna have it if Lazy doesn't pitch out or throw it over, because even with that velo, it's not high enough to prevent runners. And a walk there. I am a little bit surprised. I don't have a ton of experience versus Lazy, but I would think with a no junk build, you have higher velo than this.
I believe all of his pitchers are 80 velo from what I vaguely remember. So it's still, he still has a good amount of velo there. And if he has a good few innings pitching, that gets locked in, and then now you have an 85 velo pitcher.
Right, good point.
Number 7.
And, the SP again must have low fielding. I didn't catch it. Hang on a bunt and a 2-strike or a 2-out count. It's not going to work for him. Maybe Pseudo trying a little bit too hard to small ball. Was a weak batter up, and once again the curveball hit well. We're not seeing power out of Lazy right now, but every hit he's gotten so far has been off the curveball. It's been shallow outfield.
You know, Pseudo's had a lot of opportunity to score here and hasn't been able to capitalize. He needs to be able to take advantage of that if he wants to take Game 3 here.
Oh, what a dive! And he lands on first, and look at that. Another double play, and what a lucky break from Pseudo there. You hate that when you're a batter. You feel like you just rope one down the line, and then if it doesn't get down the line, you just say, get fouled, get fouled. No, he catches it, drags the toe like a football player on the base, and now he gets out of it clean inning because of it. And Pseudo comes back up. He's down 0-1. You think if you're the Bombas here, you need to start scoring now because you know Lazy's going to score. You got to try, like we've brought up in both keys throughout this series. The Bombas' path to success is getting up early. Good steal. Fastball thrown. Not going to matter. Mojo up. Those steals, that's a big key I never thought of, is the mojo gets up on those steals.
Yeah, like we see that arm, 30 arm is just like absolutely horrendous. Like I'm not sure what Lazy thought he was saving with that. Maybe he just thought his offense would just roll right through, but 30 offense is just horrendous.
Another steal. It does 99 throw, but it just doesn't matter with that arm. And another mojo up, and the Bombas got a couple mojo ups. Great speed, and there's one into the gap. It's going to score 2. It's going to be a double, maybe a triple. And hello, Orlando City Bombas. You find yourself in the lead, just like we talked about. No outs. Keep adding to it.
Yeah, you know that steal. That's his game. That's his game right there. You know he's like one of the best, if not the best, to do it. Oh, that was that was a little close.
Third base steal. I guess it works out. I'm surprised the pitcher didn't scoop that out of the air. I guess it hit the ground. Lucky for
number 7.
The bombs. Bombs? How do you pronounce that, Mario people? Are you a Mario guy, Hummus?
No, I wouldn't know. I've always pronounced it as Bob and then so like Bob-omb.
I mean, I don't even know. I only played Yoshi. It was a walk. I think we got one on first and third, if I'm right. 2 outs, runners on the corner. Jose Trevino up.
I feel like this has been a big name I've seen a lot like throughout these games. Someone who's like come up in these like situations where there's a lot of opportunities to bring runners in.
We see 3 times in one inning steal of second. Not only is it a steal, it's brought the mojo up on all of those fast runners. The speed on Pseudo's lineup right now is insane. And another walk. That's 3 or 4 walks already for the Jackals. And who's up? The SP. What a big spot for the SP here. And he swings at the first pitch, and it's going to be a ground out. If you're the Bombas right there, you're upset. You know the pitcher's up, but he hoped to get a better effort than that.
Number 28.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in that situation, ooh, that was way ripped.
Oh, and he misses the dive. Not a lot of speed rounding. Is he going to send him all the way to third? Soto doesn't have a great arm. It's to third so easily. It's not even close. And a leadoff triple for Lazy. I mean, compared to anyone, Lazy with a leadoff triple doesn't scare you as much because you're expecting like a home run this inning anyways. And there it is, deep left field. Gonna find its way to the trees. Who cares if it goes to first, second, or third? It's a 2-run shot.
Yeah, I mean, you called it right down to the moment right there. Like, you expected. What do you do 2 seconds later? I bet.
I mean, call a home run on half of Lazy's at-bats and you're going to be right. Pitcher tense, but doesn't matter for the starters that Pseudo has. It actually probably helps him.
Batting, second baseman, number 48.
He is working in that fastball a little bit more than you would expect because of the way that Lazy is hitting this curve. You're definitely seeing more fastballs out of the bombs right now. God, someone in the chat tell me if it's bombos or bombs. I'm not about to go back and forth all game.
Number 39.
Bob Oms, says Kawashi. Okay, I'll go with Bob Oms, but it sounds so unnatural. It sounds like I'm typing. And there's the pop out for the second out. Corbin Carroll throws it to first for no reason, but he is definitely safe. I love when the up call's safe, like 45 seconds after the guy touches the base. That's my favorite part of this game. Change up high. He's able to put a jolt into a drop from the center fielder, but since he didn't round to third, it's not going to hurt him any. Man off first and second. If you're Pseudo here, you think this is a big spot. You're only down 1, but give up a home run here, and it's a whole different ball game. 0-1 count, good curveball up. Curveball outside, 0-2. And he's able to get a chase on an inside cutter. What a great job from the Bob-Ombs and Shpludo there. Able to get a chase, a rare chase from Lazy to get out of the inning. 2-3 now. Top of the fourth. What a great bunt. Now Pseudo's showing who he is. He lays down a bunt after a really great three-pitch, I don't even know the word. He threw 3 pitches that were really good in a row. Uh-oh, that's a double play opportunity. A lot of speed, though, and it's going to help him out. Mojo goes down, but he's able to get safe.
No, he's probably steal here soon and then get that Mojo right back up.
There's a pop out. We're seeing the Bob-Ombs be really aggressive on these first, second pitch swings. He doesn't strike out. We know he broke the strikeout record back-to-back seasons in the XBL, but it's a give and take thing. You got to swing, obviously, to not strike out, but you got to watch your swings. You don't want to swing too much at early count pitches. Now 0-2. Watches that one. 50 pitches now for the starter. Velo waning, which is a big deal. No junk to work with. Oh, great curveball. I don't know if he's thrown a curve all game, but it gets him looking right there, and he gets out of it clean. Still 2-3, bottom of the fourth. And Lazy, once again, hits that curveball into shallow outfield. You would think a lot of players would start running shallow outfield in the XBL at this point, the way Lazy's hitting, but keeps him at normal depth. Pitcher up. Gets the steal on the curve, gonna make it tough, but cannon arm doesn't matter. He's only got like 50.
I think that's a 60 arm catcher with the cannon arm, so that could bring it up to like, what, 80? In like the 80 range?
I don't know, it's so hard to judge cannon arm, isn't it?
Yeah, because they don't give you an exact, like, they don't tell you how much it improves by, they just say like ×2, whatever the hell that means.
That's why, yeah, because you would think 60 times 2 is 120. You never need to change anything. Another gapper left field. Center fielder's not going to be able to get there. It's going to score a run. It's going to be a double. Corbin Carroll pulls it in. 2-4. Not too big of a lead here for the Jackals, but you can see they're starting to warm up. Intentional walk, looking for the double play.
Yeah, and you got the heart of the lineup here, especially with that RBI hero Demon right behind Noodle Doodle here.
Right.
So if I'm Pseudo, I'm trying to get a double play, and you know I think that's why he walked the previous batter.
Yeah, Pseudo knows the Jackals very well. He knows what's up behind. Curveball. That one's gonna find a space out there in the outfield as well, and it's gonna score a run. And it's 2-5, and now we got a 3-run lead for the Jackals. And for the Bob-Ombs. Oh, there's the double play, but a 1 out too late, but it does hold the lead at 3. 2 runs come across for the Jackals. Velo starting to drop down for the SP here. That one's over. It's going to be a double. Great hit. A bad dive. Might turn into a triple because of it, but no, because it's over there in left field. Well, hang on. He stays at second. Yeah. Good move.
Yeah, no, good leadoff double there. Maybe he goes for a steal on third. I don't think he's stolen third as much this series, but he might go for it and being down 3.
Oh, and he drops drops it. That's 3 drops now from the Jackals. 2 from the starting pitcher, 1 from the first baseman. It's really helped the Bob-ombs out. Now they have Bobby Witt Jr., the shortstop, up. Trying to put a run across, just needs to do anything that you can mention, just get it into the outfield on the ground. That'll work right there. Sends it home. Lazy takes the 1 out. He's always going to take the 1 out, knowing that he's got a solo shot pretty much every inning.
Swings
at an outside fastball. Another outside fastball coming, and he swings at that one. And Shpludo chasing a little bit, down 3-5. I think he's starting to feel the pressure, knows how important it is to get runs early on Lazy before he warms up. Still very much in it right now, though. Curveball a little outside from Babuski at the plate. Looking to put a nuke into one of these. Let's see if I call it right again. No, but he puts it in the left field on a 2-1 count. 1 out, man on first. Shpludo's gotten a couple of double play opportunities in this game so far. He's going to need another one here. Ball up, top and away, signature pitch. That one, is the right fielder going to be able to get there? And he drops it, and it's going to turn into possibly a run. He's going to fire it in. Juan Soto doesn't have a great arm. Respectable, though. Holds him at second and third.
Yeah, that's not right there.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, but that was a good play there in right field. He bobbled it there, but it still prevented the runner from, going home. Because if that were to hit the wall, it'd be a 6-3 game now.
Right. Yeah, even with the drop, that paid off. And now we're going to see probably a pinch hitter here. Velo dropping on that starter, and Tater Tot comes in with clutch. Rare to see that on a bench player, but Lazy does have it, and it's enough power, plenty enough power for him to get it out. Do we have an arm in center field? Is this going to be a play? Great arm in center field. I'm sure Lazy's aware of that after games 1 and 2. But look who's up to the plate. Bases loaded. This could change the game right here, right now. 0-2. Advantage Shpludo. What comes? And he gets him on the cutter. He gets a soft hit to second base. And what a huge spot from the Bob-ombs there. Really could have put that game out of reach, but he gets the cutter up high and grounds into second base. Excellent job from Shpludo, and that's how you find yourself in the Final 4, is making pitches like that unexpectedly against the best players.
Yeah, I was able to catch the swing there. He got only a 36 power timing on it, so that was not going to leave the infield whatsoever.
Yeah, he was charged. Oh no, it bounces off of the cooch.
Oh no.
Over there in left field, and that's a leadoff single. We've got bunter-sprinter combo up. We'll see if Lazy... I'm not pitching outside here. He pitches outside. Ball 1. I tried to pitch inside against the bunters. No one in the XBL listened to me. 1-1 count. Another one inside, but Shpludo's so good at that bunt, and he's got sprinter. It's going to be man on first and second, no outs, and what a big opportunity here with Luis Reyes up. Really need to take advantage of this, and he gets it over there, and the bases are loaded just like we saw in the in the bottom half of the 5th. In the top half of the 6th, we've got bases loaded. Brian Reynolds up, that ball hitter clutch locked in. You couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, I've hit her like this on my team. It's such like a big power boost when you get that clutch activated along with already bad ball hitter, and he's locked in, so that just all compounds into something like this.
Yeah, something like that, like you said, and he's going to score 2. He's going to push to third. He throws it to second. Doesn't matter. Runners on the corner. Game is tied up, folks. We're on the top of the 6th. We have a great ball game here. Look at all that speed. I'd like to see a steal here.
Well, he's definitely good for the steal. I mean, all he has to do is just see when this pitcher throws the ball, and it's going to be, and look at that, he doesn't need to steal.
Could have been a double play. He turns to third, turns back to second. Shpludo thinks better of it with no outs, no reason to play a risk, and Juan Soto comes up, another clutch hitter. And that one's nuked center field. Is it going to get out of here? Jacko's at the wall. It doesn't matter. And Orlando City Bombas take the lead. It's 9-5. And hello, folks. We've got a little bit of a series on our hand. Lazy down now by 4 runs, and there's no outs.
Number 2.
Shpludo looking to add to it.
And anyone who went for a bathroom break is gonna be in for a real treat when they come back. Because I feel like that all took place within like 30 seconds.
It did. It was first pitch swings, second pitch swings, and he just took advantage of it. Lazy's able to get a couple of quick outs after. You see Shpludo wanted some more meat on the bone, swinging at some early pitches. Hope over there, 2 diving plays out of the 3 outs. Hope's able to get it, but not without giving up a big amount of runs, and the Jackals find themselves down 4. If anyone in this league's history is able to come back from 4, it's Lazy. And if you're Shpludo, you got to really work on the mound now. How exactly are you going to be able to limit these bloopers? Tough dive. Is the speed going to help him? It helps him just enough. Leadoff single.
You know, like I've said it time and time again, but if there's one thing you can almost be certain about every single time is just Lazy having that leadoff single. Doesn't matter how it happens, what he does, but getting that leadoff batter is pretty much like a guarantee in the XBL.
Yeah, isn't it so annoying?
No matter what pitcher you are.
Does not matter who you are, what you throw. Lazy's getting a runner on base, putting pressure on you, but we've got no outs. Man on first and second. Good speed at second. We've got a 2-2 count here for Hope. RBI hero is on. Is that going to be a double play ball? Not enough speed coming to first. It is actually, and runners on the corner. Another chance for a double play here. We've seen Shpludo manufacture a lot of double plays. He needs one more here. Oh my God, it's laced down the middle, but he's sitting curveball, so it's only 58 power. It's going to be an RBI sac fly. And that's what makes the Bombas dangerous. He throws the curveball 90% of the time. When you get a fastball, your power reticle is just not there.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I think that was just a rare miss by Lazy. I don't think I've ever seen him miss on a pitch that almost feels so blatant like that.
It felt on purpose, did it not? He threw a four-seam right down the heart of the plate, no-name style, and it worked out for him. Now we're gonna full count here.
That is a thing. That is a real thing, you know, pitching right down the middle, like as a strategy. Because sometimes, you know, if like the idea is that if everyone's expecting towards the edge, you throw it like dead center, it just kind of like throws you off for that, like just microsecond, not giving enough time to react to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a subscriber to that theory. Throwing one down the middle, just every once in a while. I don't mean to do it on purpose, but every once in a while, I do it on purpose. Hang on, that one's down the line. It's going to score 1, maybe 2. Soto out there in right field, not able to get enough arm into it. And now look, Black Jackals are back within 1 run. Kid K comes up. Are we going to see a reliever? No. That's like 3 69s in a row. I don't know if Lazy's doing that on purpose or not. I wouldn't put it past him the way he can bat. Trying to be a little funny with us. 0-2 to the pitcher and gets him swinging bad on a couple in a row, and the Bob-Bombs are able to retain their lead. It's 9-8, up 1 run. We're in the top of the 7th. Game 3 is so monumental to the momentum. And if you're Shpludo, 1 run's not comfortable. You really got to look at putting more up there. Is this he must have accidentally subbed in, hang on, what am I looking at here? Oh, okay. Pitcher's in with no stats. And he gets a hit. Look at that.
Wait.
No, I was about to say, don't do it to him.
You know, 0 speed, that was very close to being maybe a first on prime time here.
I'm surprised we're not seeing literally any infield adjustment off of these bunts from Corbin Carroll. And once again, he lays it down. Is it going to be enough? Sprinter, and it is enough. And like I said, are you not going to see any adjustmants from Lazy on the infield? The bunts have been very true.
These bunts haven't really been like long distance. It's just that look at the 99 speed plus a sprinter. He can just lay it down and just like bolt it. So we see the catcher, even if it gets in front of the catcher, by the time she picks it up, throws to first, that 30 arm, it takes like forever to just get to first.
Right, yeah, even a weak bunt can work out for you. But there's a double play ball. Brian Reynolds is up with bad ball hitter and clutch. Swings 0-1. Kid K is losing a lot of velo here, right down the middle, and he hits it right field. It's going to find a gap. He really meatballed one there, Lazy did, and it's a double, RBI double, and a 2-run lead now for Orlando City. And if you're the Bob-Bombs, it's starting to look like one of those games where you need, what do you say, Hummus? Maybe 15 will win this game for him?
Yeah, I mean, 15 was what was needed game 1, you know. He's right in that double-digit mark here. Going for third, safe by a good bit. I mean, look at that speed. No way that catcher was good there.
2-2. We'll see if he walks the RBI hero now. There's a curveball up high. He swings at it. Hope's going to be able to trounce back and get to it. One run across from Orlando City. You need a shutout inning here. We've got a triple, double, and a single. Bloom looking for the cycle. Let's see if we get a home run here. That's all she needs. Lines it to the first baseman. Off-speed hitter locked in. The whole lineup for the Jackals looks dangerous, 1 through 8. Here's just another one, another batter in the arsenal, you could say, for Tokyo Jackals. Another liner. Jose Ramirez able to make a great play in the corner. Is really putting in work right now for this infield, keeping the lead where it is.
Yeah, no, Shpludo's defense is just one of his strengths. You know, like his whole team is built around speed and defense, just keeping players from getting the runners on base. Because you know, when you get runners on base, that's momentum. But if you're not getting people on and you keep getting all these hits that just aren't like going, that kind of builds frustration, and ultimately, no matter who you are.
Yeah, especially hits like that where you hit it pretty well. It's fast, it's well struck, but the corners have such good fielding, they're able to get to it. And he gets him swinging bad again way early on a curveball. You're surprised to see that after facing Shpludo for 2-3 games early on a curveball. But a clean inning and a great inning from the infield there, and then a good strikeout to end it. Now the Bob-omb's back up. Looking to put some damage on the board. I'm sure they're very aware of the fact they probably need more than 2. New reliever comes in for the Jackals. Hope's over there, dive, doesn't cost him. Able to get him out at first. Not as much speed on this back half of the lineup for Shpludo and the Bob-ombs. Same 3-pitch arsenal on like all these pitchers.
Yeah, no, I think for the most part it is. If I remember correctly, he does have a starter, his 4th starter, which is
What a catch! What a catch!
No, I was gonna say he does have one pitcher in the arsenal, which does have about, I think, like 90 junk, or like a lot of junk. Pretty much his only pitcher on this roster that's gonna have like any respectable amount of junk is, that one's yacked. Is that gone?
Yeah, that's gone, and now we're gonna see it 10-9. Finally, a curveball finds its way over the fence. We've seen a lot of bloopers so far from Lazy on that curveball. It's not a leadoff single this time. It's a leadoff home run from Hope, and we're just a one-run difference right now. Reverse splits is on this pitcher. Is he looking to sub? He is. Specialist on this pitcher. We're seeing all the cheese trades coming out for Shpludo, using everything he's got. Evan Phillips got a slider on this pitcher as well, something you're not going to see very often. What a play over there. Jose Ramirez really bringing in some web gems over there at third base.
You know, a lot about Shpludo's game here, because he's already using, like, you know, relatively like bad pitchers. He doesn't need traits that are gonna boost his stats. He just uses traits that, if anything, are gonna either help him like indirectly, or something like Specialist where it hurts the batter.
Yeah, exactly right. His stats really don't matter. He's just trying to hurt you. But we get a 1-out single there. Not a whole lot of speed on first, and that one's gonna find its way through the infield. And now we've got 2 on, 1 out. Huge spot here for Shpludo and the Bombas after they gave up one solo shot. Now Lazy's got a chance to put 3 up. That slider was a little bit weak. Strike 2 on the curveball, 0-2 count. Pressure bars at 4. Fastball inside, he doesn't catch him off guard. He's able to put it into outfield. And now bases loaded now. Once again for the Jackals. This is something you don't see them cut, but both times the pitcher's been up for the Jackals. Is he going to look to sub again? He's only got 2 pitchers left.
You're down 10-9, I think.
Number 59.
Oh no, and he's going to
turn
It's not going to
no.
be in time. It's going to hurt him. And now it's 10-10. He does get the out at first base, but he gives up a run. 10-10. Ball game is tied. Still a huge spot here with 4 bars. Bloom is up to the plate. Oh my! It finds its way down the line. It's going to score 2. It's going to be a double, possibly a triple in that no-no corner. Juan Soto clutch with the arm, and it holds Lazy at second because of it. And now we see the lead switch back the other way. It's 2-run lead for the Jackals. Ooh, and Ramirez not able to snag that one. 3-run lead for the Jackals, and it seems like it's one on top of the other. This game is back and forth, but the Jackals now 3-run lead. We're going to be in the top of the 9th next. If you're the Bob-Bombs, you got to stop it here. 3 runs is already tough enough. He's not going to stop it, though. Hitting to the center field. Is he going to send him home? He is. But he turns him back. Actually, decent speed on that guy rounding third. Might have had it.
I think that would have been a close call. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you don't want to even face that guy no matter what the situation is. Gives him the walk, and look who's up next. Matt Jacko. He takes Specialist out, brings Seth Lugo in. And it doesn't matter. There's another curveball laced to left field. A 4-run lead for the Jackals. Game's blown open a little bit here in the late innings as we're seeing Lazy lock in.
Dude, we might, at this rate, we might see the pinch hitter get another swing at it.
Yeah. K-Neglector on, slider outside, 1-2. Change up inside, he's able to corral it over there in left field. Yep, Brian Reynolds, what the heck does he have such juice fielding stats for? It doesn't matter, it works out right there. And now if you're the Bob-Bombs, you need 4 runs to keep this game alive. It's 10-14. This is the type of game you would expect facing Lazy. And I think one thing I forgot to point out pregame is you have to win a game like this against Lazy. If you're going to win the series, you've got to win one of these high-scoring games. Doesn't help himself out there, first out.
And that's just so hard to do, you know, because like the Lazy, his lineup is pretty much built for shootouts. He can go toe-to-toe with you in terms of offensive output. So Shpludo, like, it's just a tall task just to be able to match the output. The thing about Lazy, he can do it again and again and again.
Right.
It's hard to be able to. It'll be harder for Shpludo to replicate that same success.
Yeah, he's just not built for it. And there's the second out, liner to second. 4 runs with only 1 out to play with. Corbin Carroll, we'll see if we see another bunt here.
I imagine he still goes for it. Yep.
He kind of went for it. We've seen more strikes on bunts than bunts laid down, I feel like, from Corbin Carroll. But the ones he has laid down have been well. Swings at a curveball, and that's a clean inning from the Black Jackals and Lazy there. As we see the lead get taken 2-1 in the series. Black Jackals take another one, and they win at home 2-1. Tokyo Black Jackals up on Shpludo and the Orlando City Bob-Bombs. We're going to have game 4 coming at you. Let me pause this real quick before we talk too much about it. What do you think about that game right there, Hummus? I thought Shpludo really fought well, but, I mean, in a game like that, you're going to lose 99% of the time in a high-scoring game against the against the Jackals.
Yeah, you know, you said it there. He played well. He did play well, but against someone like Lazy, you got to play, like, more. You got to pretty much play, like, above and beyond what you normally can do. And, you know, Shpludo, he just wasn't able to lock it down there in the end, you know. Lazy had just all those singles, just like getting right by that vaunted defense. So I think that's a tough loss for Shpludo, but I think he can come back here in game 4 and, you know, try to see if he can even up the series once again.
Yeah, like you said, he played really well, but I think if you're Orlando City Bombas, you gotta try to win games where you keep Lazy under 10, which yes is a tall task, but if you're gonna make it to the finals, you gotta stand up to those tall tasks. It's gonna be hard to win any game where Lazy scores more than 10, just because it's hard for anyone in this league to score more than 10 consistently. So we see a 2-1 lead. We're gonna be at Park de Janeiro, I believe, for game 4 of this set. And like I said, 2-1 with the Black Jackals right now. Y'all give us a minute. We'll switch everything over. We'll get game 4 right at you and see who can, if Shpludo can even this series up or if the Black Jackals can take a real stranglehold of this thing and march their way to the finals and a march towards GOAT status. We'll see y'all in a minute. Okay. All right, we're back, everybody, for Game 4. Let me change this series count real quick. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me... Hold up. I almost spoiled some shit for y'all. All right, there we go. We're back now. We've got Game 4 loaded at Park de Janeiro, which is the home of Orlando City and the Bombas, and they love that stadium because of all that speed they have in their lineup, all that speed they have in the field. It really works well because you can get that triple corner over there in left field, over there in right field. There's some difficulties you're going to face as well. But because of the speed of the outfield of Shpludo's build, he's able to really turn a lot of those into doubles for your team and a lot of those into triples for his team. But I think looking at Game 1, Lazy played a very Lazy-esque sort of game. He's going to win pretty much every game that's 10 runs plus. If you're Shpludo here, you have to play a Shpludo-esque sort of game. I think if you're going to even this series back up, you can't get into those shootouts of Lazy because, like you noted at the end there, Hummus, Lazy's lineup is built for that sort of thing. Really, no one else's is.
Number 28.
Yeah, you know, the key I think for him in Game 1 was taking that early lead and just holding it for the rest of the game. He needs to do something like that here again and not give Jackals any lead throughout the game.
Number 8.
Right, I think scoring-wise, Shpludo did enough to win. It's just pitching-wise, he's got to be able to hold it under 10, which obviously is a very monumental task to do. But if you're going to find your way in the finals, you have to do it. You got to find a way to keep Lazy under 10. That's the magic number to me. Because I think you're going to be able to get 9 or 10 most games if you're a batter like Shpludo against a pitcher like Lazy. He's not a top-end sort of pitcher.
Nope, that's high.
We see King flip on the mound. This is that one pitcher you talked about with that low velo, high junk, a different look now. Same arsenal. We'll see if Shpludo's able to adjust to the lower velo. He lays out a bunt there. Is the catcher arm going to hurt him once again? It does. Leadoff single. Corbin Carroll does the very Corbin Carroll thing that we've seen in this series, lay down that bunt.
Yeah, you know, that's just his treat. That's the trademark you expect it, and even if you expect it, what can you really do though?
Oh my, lines into the double play. Yeah, sprinter plus bunter is a really tough thing to face, even if you bring it. Hang on, deep right field, and that's that triple corner I was talking about. It's going to find its way just off the angled wall, and if you're Shpludo there, you wish you picked a different stadium. Usually the triples help him right there. Hits right off of that corner, and now he's got a 2-out triple with Jose Ramirez up and no runs on the board still despite the great hit. And now he hits it to shortstop again. Lazy's able to get out of it clean, only giving up that one big hit.
Now batting.
And now if you're Shpludo, you see...
Number 47, Jasper.
Oh, hang on, we're in the second. Okay, I think I either messed up or I accidentally missed the first inning, the bottom of the first, or the top of the first. But regardless, we're on the top of the second now.
Number 39.
0-0, 1-0 count. Lazy is up with his 5-hole. Matt Jacko, a fastball, something you're not going to see very often from the Bombs, but he's able to get it out right there.
Number 10.
Hang on, 2 fastballs in a row. Who is this? 3 fastballs in a row. Who is this guy? 4 fastballs in a row. Chris Sale says F the Strat. He's just throwing it, and there's a strikeout on a changeup, and it works out well. 3 heaters in a row on which, I mean, if you want to call it a heater with that velo, then he gets him with the changeup. Another clean inning. And the Jackals are held to no runs through 2 innings. If you're the Bombs, you got to score. You got to start working on that lead now because you know the Jackals are going to be coming right behind you, scoring runs of their own, especially as you get into those middle half, back half innings.
Number 2.
Dwayne, game 1 was like, I don't know, I think Shpludo lost like 10-15. There's 2 outs there at the bottom of the
final
second.
score was 14-10.
14-10, okay, that was close.
7.
Curveball hit right field, slide's not gonna matter. Another 2-out hit here for Shpludo. Jose Trevino up. Change up inside, we see a steal, trying to work that mojo up, but he does. No mojo boost, but he does get the steal. Check swing, 1-1. King flip, like we noted with that low velo. We'll see if Shpludo's able to adjust to it. Went for the hit and run, doesn't matter. Jacko's able to get there. Another clean inning through 2. No runs scored, no hits for the Jackals. 3
Number
for
27.
Shpludo. And there's the first hit for the Jackals. That's a little bit of a broadcaster's curse. Leadoff single.
The right
Look at
field.
this lineup. This is the
20.
8 hole. This is like the 6 hole in my lineup. That's how crazy their lineup is. He puts all of his money into that build.
Yeah, you know, you I guess you know that's the answer to like why does he have a 30-arm catcher? Is well apparently to this offense that's what's needed to field such a team.
Yeah, that's what's great about the roster tool. Shout out Wishbone and everybody that helps out with that balancing. You can't get something without giving up something. And obviously Lazy's picked and chose his battles as he gave up the catcher on for more batting. King flip up to bat though. 3-0 count on the pitcher. Shpludo showing a lot of respect for the hitting prowess of Lazy and the Jackals, but you got to come at this pitcher here, and he's able to get him to line into a double play. And that's huge if you want to keep this at 0-0. We had 2 on with no outs, and just in the blink of an eye, we've got 1 on, 2 outs now. Good hitter at the plate. You need to get this out here. 1-1. Purple outside. It's going to float right field. Soto's going to be able to get there in time, and another clean inning. Really great job from Orlando City on the mound, but
Number 51.
where the bat's gone, you got to try to score some runs here. That's not going to help. Pitcher floats it over there to third base. Now we see Carroll up again. Wonder what's going to happen here, huh?
You know, I'm looking at this pitch count right now. The King flip is not even at 20, and we're already like into the 3rd.
Yeah, Shpludo's swinging.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4.
Once again, a bunt from Corbin Carroll, and once again a steal from Shpludo. Look at all that speed on second base. Only 1 out. Looking at a small ball runner across, I'm sure. Luis Reyes at the plate. Another good check swing. 2-1. Is he going to go to 3rd? He's not. All that speed.
Yeah, honestly, someone like Shpludo, I don't want to play the base running game with him. I just rather get that easy out and then hope I can stop him one more time.
Yep, same. Change up low, gets him swinging, and he's able to put it away over there. Bloom Balut. And 3 innings.
Number
No
8.
runs have scored, not many hits to show. A little bit of a switch up here in the series from what we've seen through 3. Uh-oh, is he going to be able to get there? I think he's going to have enough arm, right? Yeah, Reyes is able to get it to Chris Sale. That's one thing about Shpludo and his defense, like you've noted. His second baseman actually has a decent arm. Enough to turn double plays and enough to get plays like that. Chris Sale locked in on the mound. That's going to help him. Another liner over there to first base. It looks like Lazy's not really getting under these balls enough. A lot of line outs to the infield.
Jasper.
2 outs now in the top of the 4th. That one, Soto's able to get it, and just like that, just Shpludo looks impressive on the mound. I mean, holding the Jackals to no runs, especially in a game 2. Anyone that plays in the XBL know game 2 versus Lazy is a whole different story than game 1, the way he locks in. But he's got him at 0 runs here in the 4th and starts with a leadoff single.
You know, if you didn't tell me which was game 3, which was game 4, you'd think this one was game 3 with both players, you know, despite the high scoring affairs from last time. Now both haven't really been able to get that strong going.
Oh God, he's gonna stutter him. He does, but he's okay. He tried to trick him, but it just didn't work.
Fielder, number 39.
I mean, I would have tried the same thing. I would have stalled my runner in between 1st and 2nd, but Lazy's got too much experience, able to get the double play ball unconventionally. And that one's going to float in left field, and that one just hurts. Bad pitch or a bad swing. Pitch was outside the zone, but he's able to put it in left field, and that's what's tough playing these best batters in the XBL. Even a ball, they're able to make good contact, and a lot of them turn into bloopers. Crush left field on a line. Ryan Reynolds able to get there, hold the runner at 1st. 1 out now in the top of the 5th. You're just waiting for that offensive explosion from the Tokyo Jackals, but so far has not come. Right field, a couple of good. Oh no, and he misplays it. That's going to break the tie because of it. Something you're not going to see very often from Shpludo and the Bombs. A misplay out there in the field cost the lead. And now more harm as it scores the second run. Just one out now, runner on first, and that outfield mistake really looming large because of the fact that the Shpludo's really not scoring right now in this game. You've been locking down Lazy, but you hate to give up a run on a fielding mistake.
Yeah, definitely. Shpludo already gone through 4 innings here without scoring. Now in the 5th, now that Lazy has struck first, he needs to get the offense going.
Yeah, really the key to beating Lazy is get up early, very, very early, and by a lot. But right there, strikeout 3 pitches straight. Gives up 2 runs, and now Shpludo looking to do some damage of his own. Got to score. The low junk has proved to work very well for the Jackals after switching up for that no junk velo build.
Ball outside.
2-1 count. King flip not locked in, but very close to it. Change up on the outside, going to be a ball. Shpludo watches it. There's a leadoff walk. That'll work. Jose Trevino up again. I feel like, I don't know, for some reason every time I look at somebody's name, it's Jose Trevino.
Right, yeah, I've noted that earlier.
Yeah,
he just seems to always be in these situations where Shpludo needs something to happen.
Right. Now Chris Sale up. I mean, he's gonna keep him in. I would sub, honestly, if I was Shpludo. You've got clone pitchers throughout. You really need to run this guy, but he keeps him in regardless. 1-1, runner on second. We have seen some pitcher hits thus far in this series from both sides. Changeup up high, 3-1. He's got to attack him here. It's the pitcher. Full count now, big spot trying to help himself. Chris Sale at the plate. Hit and run, going to be an out at first. Toys with him over there at third, but turns back. And now, once again, every inning so far, I feel like Shpludo's had a runner on with 2 outs. Has yet to take advantage of it. Bunt goes foul. The bunt here's kind of sketchy. So he swings at it.
Might be his first swing of tonight.
Yeah, with Corbin Carroll, you don't see any swings. Right there, he swings, and maybe that shows why Corbin Carroll doesn't swing. Gets into an out, and once again, Lazy on the mound is locked down Shpludo. Shpludo's not the best batter in the league, but you would expect him not to be shut out against a pitcher arsenal and a pitcher build like this. Lazy up to the plate now, 3-1 count. Roped into center field, second baseman's not going to be able to get there. It's going to be a leadoff single, like you've noted many times. He gets that leadoff single, and now you've got pressure on you from the very second batter of the inning. Chris Sale at 50 pitches to second, also going to find a gap, just gets on top of it, but puts enough power in it to have the velocity to go through, and now you've got Jasper Hope with RBI hero. Oh my God, a meatball, and he gets lucky.
Inside.
Yeah, that's one of the pitches you just expect Lazy to take advantage of. He hasn't really taken advantage of the super easy pitches here, which works out a lot in Shpludo's favor. But now you got him 2-0 here, and look at that, gets out of at least that legend. He can end the inning now with a double play.
Does it not seem like Lazy's a little bit off? I think we've only seen 1 home run from him tonight.
Yeah, Shpludo's pitching style, that curveball, it could be, it's like, Lazy's lazy, but even the curveball can still be pretty tough to at least get some volume on. As we see, that's getting kind of close to the wall.
What a catch out there from Carroll, and that triple corner that we talked about pregame over there on the edges of center field on either side. And like we brought up, I mean, Shpludo built his team to work in this stadium, and right there it works to perfection. And what could have completely altered the game, diving play that quite possibly not only saved the game, but saved the series. But first off, Shpludo's got to score if he wants to help out Corbin Carroll over there in center field with that amazing play. That's not going to help. We haven't seen a whole lot of great contact so far from the Bob-Ombs.
Yeah, maybe this pitcher is kind of throwing him off here, because it is pretty much different from pit starters 1 through 3 for the Jackals. That high junk is definitely something not to scoff at. as all that movement could be tough for even the best hitters.
Yeah, but that one's going to find its way, like I've brought up multiple times, the triple corner over there in Park de Janeiro, and he's got enough speed. It's going to be an easy triple. And now instead of a runner on with 2 outs, finally Shpludo gets a chance with 1 out, and he's got a great
RBI
batter at
hero.
the plate. Yeah, like you said, RBI hero engaged on Jose Ramirez. Outside pitch as well. We're seeing Lazy very aware of that. Strictly inside pitches right now. Doesn't matter. Curveball's hit over there left field. It's going to finally score a run, and now Shpludo's only down 1. But we're in the bottom of the 6th. You wonder how long the Jackals are going to be held down. Oh no, double play opportunity. Slade a second over to first. Not going to matter. All that speed up and down the order. The Bob-Bombs are safe, and they get another opportunity at the plate.
And we got the double LP for power and contact. So that's an extra, I believe, 10 on the power contact side. That's a scary threat right there.
Yeah, this batter's tough. Yandy Diaz. This is why Shpludo asked which hand you're throwing. I'm sure he changes this guy in the lineup. 2-2 count. Another steal at third. Hits the pitcher.
Oh no, he's going for this run. That's an easy one right there.
Oh.
Damn, look at that pitcher kicking his legs in the air. He definitely feeling that.
I love how when the pitcher gets hit in the, bad steal, Shpludo's going to try everything he can to get out of this.
No, he can't get that.
Oh my gosh. Come
Lazy.
on now. Lazy. That's not your style. You got to be able to get those, son.
Oh, ball didn't lie there.
Yeah,
So he got the out. But that was definitely a bit of a brilliant fart there from Lazy. Kind of like that one Pirates play from a couple years ago, or was it the Cubs?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Everybody else might not know, but I know what you're talking about. Inside. Now Wanda whack a bottom up, and she does whack the bottom of that ball. It doesn't matter though. Oh, over first close. Shpludo able to get it once again. That second baseman's arm comes into play. 2-2 game now, folks. We're on the top of the 7th. It's 2-1. Jackals have the lead in this series. Shpludo's at home. Really needs to take this game. You don't want to be down 3-1 in a series versus Lady. It's hard enough to win 1. You don't want to reverse sweep him.
Now batting, the pitcher.
Close to it. I guess he would need only 3 wins.
For Shpludo, this is a must-win game here, because if you go down 3-1 to Lazy, for all intents and purposes, the series is probably over. Maybe you could steal 1, or maybe, God forbid, maybe even get 2. But getting 3 in a row on Lazy, it's just damn near impossible.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can go ahead and call it impossible because that shit's not happening. But Shpludo's got to try to get this one here. He's got a runner on. He's got 1 out. We're looking at a relief pitcher. Yeah, 1 out for Lazy here at the plate. Lugo comes in. K Neglector, not his best pitcher at all. His only pitcher with some velo, though. We see it there, fastball outside. Slider gets in on the hands, 1-2 count. So much speed at first, probably the fastest guy in this Jackals lineup.
Yeah, imagine that velo, if anything, just for the slider, just because a fast slider can be a challenge to hit if you get in the right location.
Oh, and he walks him. Not something you want to do against the Jackals. Any walk is very painful. And now Bloom up. Fastball in the zone. Left fielder's able to get there. Bases loaded. And once again, like we saw a few innings ago, a huge spot here. Off-speed hitter. He can't sub yet. It's only been 2 batters. Seth Lugo has to get out of it here. Strike 1.
Yeah, I think that contact hit, that was,
oh my. Man,
that's
it
why
feels like Shpludo's gotten lucky on some of these, man. This feels like a game he has to win. Like you said, must win for Shpludo, but the way the RNG is working, it feels like the game wants him to win. He just has to take advantage of it. Oh, it's popped left field. He's got enough speed to get there. Brian Reynolds. And bases loaded twice in this game, and the Jackals haven't been able to convert. You're rarely going to see that throughout the season from them, but Shpludo is in the semis because he is who he is. He's able to hold it down, and the game is still tied. We're in the bottom of the 7th in a monumental game.
Now batting.
tell who our finals appearance is going to be.
Jose
Like I said before, we've got Mush and Wish coming up right after this, and you are going to see the first foot in for the finals in your XBL after we finished up a great AA and a great AAA. That one finds its way foul. Swing from the pitcher, outfield is in. Jacko's able to get there because of it. 2 outs now. Corbin Carroll, I don't know if you're going to see a bunt here with nobody on. He is locked in. I mean, he bunts no matter what, whatever.
Yeah, like the bunt's gonna happen pretty much always. Like we see right there, and you know, like, why does he keep doing it? Because it keeps working. That's just something he's put the time and effort in to figure out how to bunt, how to get the reticle into the right spot where it just goes left every single time. And you know, that's what he does. And the runner heads for third, and
my God, the speed.
Fielding from Lazy there gives him a chance to take the double bases.
Yeah,
Once you get it.
This is a 2-out spot you absolutely need here in the bottom of the 7th because you don't feel comfortable facing Lazy the way he reacted in the 8th and 9th last game. You got to try to get a run here. He swings at a ball, and Slade makes a huge play. We talked about that play in center field from Lazy before, but that might be a series-saving play from Lazy over there at third. And they're diving plays all over the place. What a display of leather.
We've seen it all over. Shortstop, third baseman, first baseman. Everyone's glove was tightened and set up for this.
Now batting the first baseman.
It seems like they've got every diving play they've had an opportunity for. That one swung way on top of it. Ramirez is able to put a super quick inning from Lazy. And once again, Pseudo's up to the plate. His destiny in the palm of his hand and the barrel of his bats. He's got to produce here. On the bottom of the 8th, he doesn't have much more opportunities. You would think Lazy's got to put a run across for 2 in the top of the 9th. You don't want to put all that pressure on yourself if you're Pseudo. You got to try to score here.
Yes, either that or don't really get your runs here, but just lock it down top of the 9th so that he can put the game away, not give Lazy any chance to score a strike back.
Yeah, that's something that's scary in its own right facing Pseudo, is the fact he can small ball 1 run across so easily, it seems, with his bunts and his steals. Being tied in the 9th is tough.
No man's land.
Get there, and that's where that fielding build hurts. He's got 0 bars on his fielding. I bet most shortstops would have made that in this league.
Yeah, it's just one of those spots in the field where you don't know if you need to run out there with your shortstop or run out there with your center fielder. So you know, he chose the shortstop and just wasn't able to get it done. But you know, as we saw there, you know, it didn't really affect him.
Right, we got 7, 8, 9 up here, top of the 9th. Huge spot. Lazy looking to break the tie, puts the pressure on Pseudo. Pseudo looking to really keep somewhat of a historic performance up on the mound, holding Lazy at 2. He needs it to happen for 1 more half inning and then try to do something at the plate. 1-2 count, way in on the chest. 2-2. Back a bottom right. And it does find its way. First baseman's been great, but not good enough to get that stretch. And a leadoff single. Now we've got a little bit of danger. Normally this is danger like yellow, maybe orange, but with Lazy this is danger red. Luis Reyes, a great play. The fielding has been really impressive from Pseudo here. He's prevented a lot of runs with the fielding on the infield as well as that center field dive.
Number 36.
That one's a curveball, hit well, but I mean, like I said, it's the curveball. It doesn't really matter. And now we see 2 outs. Runner on first. If you're Pseudo here, if you can hold him to no runs here, you really feel like you have a chance to win this game.
You know, as someone who's played Lazy my definitely fair share of times, every time he makes contact with the ball, I feel like you're just holding your breath, praying it doesn't get launched like into the stratosphere.
Right.
As we see there, it does not happen.
Yeah, the curveball working well. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Jose Trevino once again up to the plate. Is he going to look at a sub for the catcher here? He does. Matt Olson in. If you're Shpludo, you're 100% hoping for a run here. You don't want to go into extras against a bat like Lazy. He can small ball run across. I bet if he gets one on here, he's got a pinch runner with speed, I'm sure. Not going to help, though. Balut over there at shortstop to first in the first out. Now the pitcher up. He's got reverse splits on this pitcher. Going to go ahead and sub him. I know he's got specialist on another reliever. Another pitch.
Yeah, you got to. I don't know how many pitches he had there, but you got to go for the win here. You can't try to force extras against Lazy, because the longer you extend this game, the harder it's going to be to win.
All right, we're just one home run away from ending this game, guys. It's 2 outs, but hang on tight, because anything can happen. That curveball it's like a blue bunt. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but once again, Corbin Carroll able to get on contact righties engaged. Luis Reyes up to the plate. Could end it all right here.
You know, if he gets into that triples corner, as you call it, that's going to be the game right there, because look at that speed. No outfielder out there is going to catch him.
We got a 2-0 hitters count now. Attacking the same corner, 3-0 now. You don't want to get to that 3-4 hole if you're Lazy, but another ball and a steal, and now we do get to the 3 hole. If you're Shpludo and the Bob-Ombs here, this is where you got to win this ball game. Bat ball hitter clutch up. Hits it deep center field. Gets under it.
Oh, that was in the zone too.
Yeah, and now we see extra innings in game 4 here. If you're Lazy, you're completely shocked you only have 2 runs, but you know who you are. You would expect just some more action, at least on the base pass. We've seen Lazy load the base pass a few times, but he's normally got more activity than he has this game. I think only at 9 or 10 hits.
Number 11.
We're on the top of the 10. Things are starting to get a little bit sketchy for both sides.
Uh-oh.
There's a gapper.
The RBI hero is going to activate here with that cleanup hitter.
I bet we see a walk here once again. I don't think Shpludo has any interest in facing this batter this series.
I don't know who's up at the 5 spot.
Pinch runner. He doesn't really have any speed for her.
Yeah, honestly, I think you just got to keep her in, because like unless you got someone with a ton of speed, you just got to.
Does that not show huge respect for Shpludo, though? Lazy is never going to look for a pinch runner, but the way this game is going, he's looking for a pinch runner. And shout out to Shpludo, though. Hang on, double play ball, and Shpludo gets out of it. And we're going to see the bottom of the 10th with the Bob-Ombs up, part of the order up. This is what I think I'm calling it right now. Shpludo doesn't win it this inning. He doesn't win it at all. This is the series.
Yeah, this is it right here. You know, one swing baseball. All Shpludo needs is just one nice meaty pitch, and then we got a game 5 tied series.
Look at this batter. Look at this batter, Juan Soto, and he's going to come at him. Swings at a ball, 0-2 count. Now you're down bad. Swings again, and we've seen like 3 or 4 straight pop outs to the center, to the infield. Another great batter, Yandy Diaz, up here. If you're Shpludo, you got to lock in. You only need one good pitch to send this thing over the wall. It's not going to matter. A deep hit center field, just like last inning. And a drop
no!
the center fielder.
Oh no, that is awful for the Black Jackals. That could be the game. Well, there's not a whole lot of speed on
A whole lot of speed, but against that catcher's arm, it's enough.
For all we know, he hits a home run, but looks like it didn't matter in the long run.
Into the 11th inning now in a very surprising 2-2 game. Something you would expect to be 12-12 instead of 2-2 in extras, but it's 2-2, and there's the first out for Lazy. Lazy seems a little bit thrown off from Evan Phillips here on the mound. A couple of good, good first at bat.
That's inside.
Specialist engaged, but it doesn't matter against this batter. Left field gonna find its way down. It's gonna be a double over there into the left field corner. Brian Reynolds brings it in. That whole outfield just has, the center fielder's got crazy stats, and left and right field have clutch. Makes it hard to get any more than a double.
Yeah,
Specialist
you
is
know, like
engaged here.
there's a lot of hitting area in this stadium. There's not really a whole lot of foul territory where you're just gonna hit it into, so pretty much anywhere you get a decent hit, it's probably gonna be a hit.
We actually saw the infield end for Shpludo there. You may never see that against someone like Lazy in this league. Shpludo brings him in, plays aggressive, it works out. And now once again, game tied, and Shpludo's got the game in the palm of his hands. When is he going to take advantage of it?
I just realized instead of Jose Trevino in the spot, it's Sean Murphy.
Yeah, Sean Murphy, a better batter up. And he is able to take advantage of it. It's going to be right field. It's going to find a little bit of a gap. Does he have enough speed? Jacko, and he turns back to first. But we do get a leadoff single from the Bob-Ombs. We got Phillips up. He does have specialists, but he looks to the pinch hit anyways.
Does he have any more pitches left, or is he going to have to go with the... Actually,
yeah, he might only have a closer left. Goes with the
okay,
pinch
so
hit.
yeah.
Off-speed hitter. Oh, I'm sorry, fastball hitter. Watching the steal with that pinch runner over there at first, great speed.
Ooh.
Change up over him, and hang on, folks. It's no outs, man on first and second. Shpludo at home has that home field advantage.
Now look who's up to bat here. What do we think is going to happen? I think he's still going to live to name, go for the bunt.
Yeah, yeah, even if you get out here, yeah, he's fine with that. You've got one out. We're seeing the
Now,
infield in, outfield shallow, intentional walk.
Yeah, definitely, you got to do that no matter who's up behind them. This is the game right here. You need to try to get force play. Bunt? Oh, that...
Stats. It's Shpludo. We might see a bunt. Weak change up, 1-2. Rest on this. This at bat is everything, and he swings and it bounces off the starting pitcher. The speed doesn't help him enough. Oh my, 2 outs now. Jose Ramirez up. You're not gonna see a bunt now.
One more shot here, Jose Ramirez. This you have to take advantage of as Shpludo. You can. This is. I don't think you're gonna find a better opportunity to score this game.
Oh,
and 3-0 count. This could be in the zone. Okay, that's in the zone.
He's gonna watch till 2 strikes, surely. Swings and a ball that was questionable, and Lazy with the bases loaded is known for his batting, but what a display of pitching to get out of that, and we're in the top of the 12.
Number 19.
That was that just stings if you're Shpludo there. You know, you have the bases loaded, you had 2 outs to work with. You had runners on first and second with no outs. That's you know, not a good chunk of the time. That's usually leads to a run, but you know, both of these teams seem to be allergic to scoring.
Good strike on the outside. As much as like you said, they're like allergic to scoring in this game. We've seen so much hitting in this series, but right now, out of the middle of nowhere, Game 4 is a pitching duel. And if it's a pitching duel, if you're Shpludo, you think you absolutely have to win this. You're probably not gonna see a pitching duel again in this series. You have to try to get this now. You were close in the last one, but this one's a lot more your style. I don't know how. It's got to be like what, under 5 games a year that Lazy's held to 2 or less runs, and Shpludo's done it right here. You hate to walk away with this with a loss. You gotta. 2 outs, and he holds him down, and once again, the Bob-Ombs get a chance. This is 3 or 4 innings now. They've had a chance to win this game. Surely just one hit can change everything.
Well, we're gonna have to wait another batter for that one hit. Like, look at all these locked in like players, just all this power, but just getting nothing out of the infield.
Yeah, all that stealing has helped him out to get locked in, but he's not hitting anything past the infield, like you said. 3? Is that a 3-pitch inning?
That was a 3-pitch inning.
No.
That was just right to shortstop, right to shortstop, right to shortstop. So consistent, but not what you want.
And now you're against 4, 5, 6.
Oh no!
Deep right field. Jump's not enough. And finally, in the top of the 13th, Lazy takes the lead, 13-12. Shpludo had his chance. He didn't take advantage of it, and Hope says, yep, I gave you the opportunity, now it's gone. 3-2. Lazy and the Tokyo Black Jackals take the lead.
Talk about knocking the hope out of this series with that one.
Yeah, exactly right. That really, because you got the back end of the lineup up for Pseudo, and you've got the heart of the order up for Lazy. A rare strikeout now after the solo shot.
Number 10.
And, I mean, the way this game has gone, you knew that was coming. As long as the Bob-ombs did not score, you knew a home run had to come from the Jackals to break this thing open. And now the Bob-ombs had, you know, little to no pressure on their bottom half because it was tied. Now they've got monumental pressure whenever they get back up. Good pitch, 0-2.
Wow.
That one's rope center field, though. If you're Pseudo here, you do not want this to get over 1 because you've only got 2 runs. There's no way you think you can score more than 1 run an inning. At least Pseudo can feel comfortable small balling something, but he has used pretty much all of his subs. He's only got slower hitters on the back end of the lineup. 2-1, top of the 13th. 3-1 now. Dingley pops it up, a meatball down the middle, and it's been weird, has it not, to see Lazy miss all these meatballs?
Yeah, Lazy just has, for whatever reason, it hasn't been able to connect with pitches this game. You know, for Pseudo, you were supposed to take advantage of it. This was the game that you're supposed to, you know, score your runs and, you know, walk away and make it a best of 3. But now he sits 2 outs away here from, you know, being 1 game from being eliminated.
He's got no subs left. Pitcher has to bat. Pitcher has to bat, and this is the problem when you don't take advantage from 9 through 12. Now you're in the 13th, you have no subs. Pitcher's up in a huge spot. He swings, and he's going to line out. And, yeah, like you said, if you're Pseudo, this is the game you have to win. If you don't win this one, then you're just not going to win the series. He's still got a chance, lays down the bunt. It's going to be sketchy. No, and he doesn't get there. Corbin Carroll finally fails on a bunt. And just like that, the Jackals in the game that seemed like it was built for a Pseudo win turns into a Jackals win.
Yeah, you know, that was a game. That was just a game right there where Lazy showed everyone why he's still considered king here at XBL. Because even when he couldn't get his offense going, even when he just so many times he got stifled at the plate, he turned up with the pitching. You know, and people, you know, tend to sometimes, you know, riff on his pitching, like, you know, with that just only velo, no junk strategy. But, you know, when he absolutely needs to and, you know, get some pitches, good pitches, Lazy is able to get the job done more often than not. And I think tonight he really showed that, especially now in Game 4.
Yeah, something you're not going to look at Lazy for is the pitching at all. But we just saw, what was that, 2-3 ball game, and Lazy showed he's not only a batter, he really can locate. His pitchers aren't built to be studs, and he doesn't expect them to be studs, but he does locate, and I can speak firsthand of that, the way that he was able to locate against me. And if you're the Jackals, you find yourself in familiar territory. You're 1 game from making it back to the championship. Everyone has known this season the battle was between Flash and Lazy. Who can get that 5th crown? Who can get that 5th title to really become the GOAT? And we saw Flash get surprisingly swept from Mush, who we're going to see right after this facing Wish. And if you're Lazy, you find yourself in the Final Four. You find yourself where you expect to be every year. And he finds himself up 3-1 in a series that, I mean, to me personally, I'm sure to most of the viewers, seems like it should be 2-2. Because if you're going to be Pseudo, you know you're going to lose some games where Lazy just scores 15 on you. But especially in a Game 2. Especially in a Game 2 of the set, you would expect to not be able to hold Lazy down at all, but it was complete vice versa today. Lazy was able to score a lot of runs per usual in Game 1 of tonight, and in Game 4, the second half of the night, he was not able to score. And the only thing I think you can look at if you're Pseudo is, what did you just do in Game 4 that held Lazy to 3 runs through 13 innings? Has anyone done that? Like, you're going to maybe keep Lazy down to under 5 here and there, but in 13 innings, like, my Lord, that's impressive. And that might be That might be something that Pseudo can build on. He's down in this series, but he just might have found something that might work for him. And he's got a bat, surely. But if you can pitch like that, you might be able to turn this thing around.
Yeah, like he's down 3-1. The odds are grim, but it's not impossible. This wouldn't be the first time someone has overcome a 3-1 deficit. Lazy actually overcame a 3-1 deficit himself in the World Series against Astronauts. So, if there's anything poetic here, it would be that, making this comeback against who many deem to be like the greatest ever. But this is just not a position I would envy being in. Down 3-1. You just need to throw a Hail Mary at this point and just pray that you can get something done these next few games.
Yeah, and that's the trouble. Pseudo was able to take game one. Now he's lost three straight, and including game four, a game that you would fully expect to win in that sort of game. So all the pressure now on Pseudo. I mean, I would think there's more pressure now than the start of the series because when you face Lazy, I mean, going in, you're normally going to think like, oh, okay. I mean, if I win a game or two, I'm happy. But then Pseudo's able to take game one, right? And when he takes game one, I'm sure in his mind, and especially Pseudo being the competitor he is, he thought, I mean, why not? Why don't I just win this? And
Right.
and now you see Lazy show up. You see Lazy show that games two and three, I'm the best hitter, maybe of all time. And now in game four, yeah, the game didn't go to Lazy's style, but he's still able to manufacture the outs when he needs them. And we knew that solo shot was coming. I mean, it had to come. You had 3 or 4 opportunities if you're the Bob-Ombs, but you just didn't take advantage of it. So now, if you're Pseudo, I think if anyone in the XBL is gonna have a chance in this spot, it is Pseudo because the way he just maybe found something in game four, but on top of that, just the competitor he is and the way that he was able to fight and the way he's able to battle with his peculiar, peculiar, peculiar play style is something that can cause fits in a long series. So, yeah, we see 3-1 Black Jackals take the lead in this series and looking to sketch their way into that final. Pseudo looking to make his first ever appearance in the final. Still has a path to get there, and you will see it on the next time we run these series 5-7 with the asterisk as necessary. And meanwhile, Lazy on the path to looking for that fifth championship and looking to really put his name into the. I mean, you've got the conversation in like basketball and baseball. He's looking to put it into NFL type of status. Tom Brady's the GOAT. And Lazy's looking to do that sort of thing with the most championships ever and just put himself solely in that GOAT conversation where you can't argue it. So, yeah, great series tonight. We saw 13 innings and some really back and forth baseball. Even in game three, it was back and forth. Lazy was just able to show out there in the ninth inning and really take the lead. So, yeah, we've got Wish and Mush right after, but I'll let Hummus give his parting words before we get everything switched over and have a really fire back half of this doubleheader tonight.
Yeah, I think you covered everything there you need. Like you said, Pseudo's just gonna have to dig in here. Maybe rewatch the game four here. Look at what it looked like from Lazy's perspective. See what fooled him, what didn't, and just try to hammer that all the way into games 5-7 if possible.
Yeah, very well said. If you're Pseudo, you have to parlay what happened in game four into games 5-7. Batting wise, obviously not. You got to bet better, but games 5-7, you got to parlay what you just did in game four. Watch your VOD, and I know Pseudo's the type. He watched his VOD against me for. I mean, in my mind, I was like, "Why, bro? You just shit on me for 4 games." But in his mind, he thinks, "Okay, let's see what worked," and that's exactly what you have to do before you start playing lazy again. Is you got to watch what just worked for you well. And so that's all we have for tonight for Lazy and Pseudo. I'm sure we'll get the last the last edition of this series at y'all here sooner rather than later. Then, after we see the shoe in between Wish and Mush tonight, we're going to have the XBL finals coming at y'all. And I mean, the AA and the AAA is great, but the XBL is the real crowd pleaser because it's got the top players in the world. And you're going to see a great matchup no matter who it is between these four. and we're going to get to see who the first half of that is tonight. Coming up in about 15 minutes, they're going to start it up. So
Yep.
I don't want to take up too much time, give you all a little break, not ramble on too much. Great set tonight. I mean, good job by both players. We see great games in both, and then the extras is always something you love to see in the playoffs. So congrats to both. I mean, Pseudo's got a very tall task on his hands to try to turn this thing into a 3-4 win, and Pseudo's looking to find himself into the finals once again. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight. We'll catch y'all in the chat for games 5 through 7 as necessary, and Wish and Mush. We're going to see some great games in that set. You're going to have Dwayne and I believe Mist. We've got so many people in the booth helping out now, it's hard for me to keep track, but I believe we have Dwayne and the GOAT Mist coming up in that series. So y'all hang on tight here in about 15-20 minutes. We're going to get that at y'all, and we've got a lot of XBL running hot and heavy. So we'll see y'all in the chat. We'll see y'all in the Discord. Thanks for watching tonight, y'all.